All right, I got 7:01.
Self-evident.
We will start approval of December minutes. Everyone got it?
Yes.
You have a motion?
I'll make a motion. A second.
All right. All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Next, finance report. Linda forgot her glasses, so Julie's going to be doing it.
I'm Julie.
Yeah, I need to make sure I'm looking at the. Okay, sorry, I'm taking a minute with the meeting minutes. Who seconded? Who first did the last
I'll
one?
go from
Okay.
second.
Nice. All right, finance report. Linda and I are working together on this one for the business free checking, $4,180.81. Business savings, $2,13.89. Of the three CDs, they're all around 2,000. One's 2,700, 2,072. This is hard.
Slow down, slow down.
Another one's $2,067.62, and the last one is $2,082.04. So I guess this means that we have not moved, right?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna keep this here.
Are we planning on that or no?
Okay, hold on a second. What was our checking? You said 4,000?
4,180.81.
Thank you. Just want to say numbers.
Okay, so I started filling out the form for Live Oak. It says, hey, what's your tax ID number? So I looked at it, I called Linda. I said, what the hell is our tax ID number? So I got the box. She looked through. I'm going to look through it again just to double check. If we can't find it, I'm going to go to
Do we have one?
Mary West and say, look, we also gave you a tax ID number. How did we open this account?
Why do we need an ID number?
They asked for it. I tried to not, I left it blank. They won't accept it.
How long ago did you open up the account at Mary West?
Couple of years.
Because it was a super long time ago. Back
No.
in the old days, we
No.
didn't ask for ID.
No, it wasn't
3
super
days,
long.
couple 3 years ago.
Yeah, before COVID.
Yeah. Oh, that far?
Yeah,
Well, I remember us talking about it.
yeah.
It wasn't long. They might want an individual, in which case you can do a social security number as your EI.
Okay, I didn't do that.
What are you talking about, Live Oak? What did I miss?
Liable.
Okay, so everyone voted and we wanted to move some of our money over to Live Oak because it gives a higher interest rate.
That gives like 4%.
Yeah. And it's an online bank. So I was gonna switch over. I was doing the paperwork and I can't finish the form. So
Can you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
I'm not, but I could. So that's where we're at. I couldn't open the account at Live Oak, so I just let it roll over. I mean,
I think there's one due.
it's every 3 months, so there's gonna be one due every month.
But
So
it was the other stuff, the money. Weren't you gonna do the money?
yeah, I was gonna try to pop over $1,000 just to see if we could do it.
In cash, not
Right,
CD.
yeah, like out of the savings or
Yeah.
whatever.
Is there a tax ID number on any of the receipts we get from Maryland?
I didn't see one.
Usually, I don't think
Look them over.
they usually don't put the tax ID number on there. Not that I've never seen it.
They usually want someone's social or tax ID,
Yeah,
sometimes both.
yeah. So I'll see.
So how do you get a tax ID?
You can register for one as a nonprofit. I know that.
Oh, but we're not a nonprofit.
Yeah, we're not a nonprofit.
We're not any, it's
Yeah.
just a
So
neighborhood
usually-
thing.
Well, it
You're not
won't, that's the
tax
other
ID.
thing. So it doesn't, you have to pick something. So I was like, nonprofit, sole proprietor, LLC, or corp. And I'm like,
None of the above.
corp. You can't pick none of the
If
above.
you have a corporate, then you do need EIN.
Well, what do I put?
You can't pick a corporation.
All right, I can go back and
Is
change
there
it.
like drug cartel?
No. What do I do,
I
Kurt?
don't,
Sole proprietor?
This is Rita. I have my hand raised.
Oh, sorry, Rita. Go ahead.
That's okay. Do we file an income tax each year?
No.
No,
That would be where we would have a tax ID number.
I agree.
if only we did.
I agree. So
Do we have checking and savings?
we do?
The savings gets interest,
no.
But not enough.
right, but isn't aren't those accounts, someone had to fill that out and provide either a personal social security number or a tax ID number for our organization.
Yeah, that's plan B. So first I'm going to go through the boxes. If I can't find it, I'm going to call Mary West and say, hey, I need a copy of our
Tax ID number.
our
Our
account,
application or
our
whatever, yeah.
application.
Yeah.
Can you print that out or email it to me? I might have to go there.
And
just
then
to-
it'll give you
just-
star 287.
Yeah. So yeah, that's plan B. Most likely I'm gonna have to go to Mary West. Oh yeah, you guys need water? All right. Any questions on the finance report?
What's our tax ID number?
Yeah. All right, general meeting coming up on the 27th. I haven't finished the flyer yet, but it'll be done before the week by Friday because I have to get it into the printers on Friday. They're not open on weekends. So we have the new council person, Michael Mulcahy. He has confirmed. Susan Ellenberg says, yes, I'm coming. I want to start off the year right. I will be there.
Great.
Cool.
Police Chief Paul Joseph will be there along with our new captain, Ken Tran, because they shipped everyone out. So
Right, they do.
we,
We
We
get to
got
know
you guys
somebody.
we lost
again.
Torres. Randy Torres is gone.
Waste.
So, and then
Why
I actually met our beat cop sergeant. That's Sergeant Tim Wilson, and I invited him. He goes, "What am I going to do there? These two guys are going to do it." I said, "Just say hi. I'm the beat cop." He goes,
We
"Oh."
have our entire district police force in it.
So we don't have to worry about crime at this meeting. Maybe donuts. I don't know.
That's
And
a great lineup, by the way. That's a really good that you got everybody.
yeah, and then Santana Row, Scott has said, "Yep, I'll be there." Valley Fair, nothing.
Ghosting you.
Crickets.
Ghosting. Yep, crickets. I'll invite him. I'll try again.
Did you text her too?
I didn't text her. I emailed her and Rachel, and then I went online to LinkedIn and I connected with Rachel.
Oh, nice.
And I said, "Hey, come on over to." I don't even know if she accepted my connection. I don't think she did. So I'll try. Let me write that down
Try
to text
texting.
Sue.
It's
So what about the speaker about the Beatles?
She's coming. She's
Okay.
excited. I said, "Hey, expect about 50 to 60, maybe 70 people." I don't think we'll break 100.
Beatle lady?
Yeah.
It's January.
Oh,
I've seen it. I've seen it. And
You seen the Beatles?
I've seen the Beatles. I actually have them in my wood, and all the
Really?
termite people saying, "You better burn that quick." So I've been burning like crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
You have the Beatles in your property here,
No. I'd gotten wood from my buddy out in Grass Valley.
and you brought it here.
I did.
All right.
I didn't know at the time.
Then you better keep
Get
burning.
the fucking thing out of here.
All the ones that have
Make
holes in them
all
are.
Santa Clara County be your fault.
I don't think so. They've been here way before. Anyways, I seen the thing. It was on the D6 meeting. She did very good. Has a PowerPoint presentation. And she says they're here. They've been here for years, but it's really getting bad.
And does she have a solution? Like, other than burn the
You,
trees?
yeah, you tell them. They come in and they cut the tree down and they destroy the tree. They
I mean, because it spreads and it's like that, it's, there are no rumors down
Yeah.
the street.
So they show you how to look for signs of it.
Yeah.
And it said if it's only like 1 to 10 holes, because you'll see the little peephole things and it bleeds, right? I guess their urine comes out or whatever. And so you'll see the holes. Goes 10, that's not critical. And even up to like 50, but when it breaks 100, we got to cut that tree down. That's how bad it is. So they can't keep up. They're doing at 100 holes at a time. That's the
Wait, if we have a tree in our property. there
it's
could be
certain
trees.
trees, and they'll list. It's like a dozen
Do they go for live wood or dead wood?
live wood.
Oh, so there is a list of trees. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Where's
And-
the list?
Well, she's going to give it to
Oh,
us.
so-
You have to attend the meeting, for God's sake.
Yeah, come on.
You gotta go get the cheat sheet. You gotta go. You don't get
So,
to.
so are you saying that one of the speakers will be talking about the Beatles in the county?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Time you say Beatles, I think of
Yeah.
music.
I was like, I always thought Beatlemania. The Beatles had already broken up by then.
Huge Beatles fan.
All right. So she's coming, and that should be enough. And then we're going to have to also do the showcase holiday showcase? You'll do the PowerPoint, and put that at the end
I
or
was
in the
gonna,
middle?
I was gonna try and get it done before this meeting so I could show it to you ahead of time, but I.
That's all right.
It's fine.
Now, how do you want to do this? Do the middle or the end? How do you want to do it?
Oh, no, at the end, but what I'll do is I'll sprinkle, throughout, in between each speaker, I do
A teaser.
a little teaser.
Okay.
Ones that didn't win, but things that are coming and, to get people excited about what's
All
coming.
right, all
So
right.
did the winners get their
Not yet,
prizes yet? Oh.
not yet.
They'll get them at the meeting.
I have a question, about the holiday showcase. So
wait,
Rita,
wait.
oh no, we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
All right, so for the food, when I looked at my last notes. We had Chinese, Mexican, and falafel, and I had falafel crossed out and burritos, Mexican circled. So I know in the back and forth, you guys were saying, "Hey, we'll do falafels." No, we voted for burritos.
All right, well,
Yeah.
do that, have them cut them in half like they did
Yeah,
last time.
yeah, that worked out really well.
Yeah.
And how do we want to do this? So let's see, chicken, beef,
And veggie.
pork, veggie. How many? Chicken's real popular. I would say at least 20 on chicken.
20
Can
halves
you do
or 20.
20 holes. So
20
40.
on
That'd be
everything?
40, okay.
Can you do 20 on everything?
Not veggie. And
Not veggie. Yeah,
Not veggie, but.
Veggie, we
certainly
always
beef
have-
and pork.
Okay.
so that would
How many
be,
people we trying
20
to
on
feed?
everything and 10 on
70?
veggie.
60?
so wait, if we do 20, 20, 20, that's 120.
That's too much.
That's not 120, that's 60, right?
40, 40, 40.
Twice, you cut
Oh,
them in half.
got it.
But don't people take more than a half? Some do.
So maybe we do,
Average
Yeah,
like
they
one
do.
half per person?
if we did 20, 10,
chicken,
10,
15, 15, and 10.
Yeah.
so that's 40, 80, 90.
You're talking about 90 halves.
90 halves, yeah.
Yeah, so a burrito is typically for one person, but we're cutting them in half.
So that's only 45 people.
Yeah, why don't we split the difference and call it like 3/4 of a person or 3/4 of a burrito for a person. So if you're doing like 70 people, you probably want to get like 50.
So
total.
maybe 20, 15, 15, 5.
I can do that.
You're only doing 5 of the veggies?
The cut in half would be 10.
10 halves. And then we did
I'll
guac
be
last
sure
time.
that you get your.
And
They'll give
and
us
the
that.
I will
salsa
start.
or
Yeah, chips.
The guy over.
Yeah.
Okay.
They give us those big bowls.
Yeah.
So on the meats, did you do even across?
So 30,
Maybe you want to do
55.
more chicken, less pork?
That's what I did.
Yeah, more chicken, less
20,
pork.
15, 15, 5.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Good.
And make sure
That's
they have
110
like
halves.
forks, napkins, plates. Because I forgot which one, McKillies or somebody didn't have anything and we were eating with our hands.
Yeah,
But
he
I
went back. He went back and got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, okay. It's pretty bad.
I remember that.
Provide any
Yeah.
shades.
Yeah. All right, how are we gonna eat
And
this?
it was like a plate dinner. Like,
Yeah.
Like it was like a sandwich. It was, yeah.
But I think usually bring, containers of salsa and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green and red.
Yeah. All right, that's easy.
Thanks, Art, for doing that.
All right, so we're on to the next one. Christmas.
Hold on. What, don't talk about the form, the form for the
Flyer, the QR code. For
the QR code and the anonymous form for questions.
So we're gonna put that on the flyer.
The QR code was going to go on the flyer,
Okay.
and then we're going to email and post on our Facebook or our webpage. Which we got to let St. John know because he's not here to do that.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
he does that in like 10 seconds. But one of the things that we didn't have for questions, we didn't have a thing for, I don't think, Valley Fair or Santana Row. So we had all the speakers, but
Right.
I don't think we
More
had.
drop-downs.
I remember you mentioned that.
Yeah, for Valley Fair. or Santana.
We probably have to separate them.
One last thing, is there any way if we had any like pre-questions that we all already know we're gonna ask? I think we know we're gonna ask about how did parking go this year during the holiday season? What challenges, like just to list those on the page. so
Go
people-
ahead and email them in. Yeah.
Did we
No,
have
I mean,
any-
so they don't have to, they know these are gonna be asked already.
Don't
Oh.
don't ask.
Hey, oh, there you go.
Oh, there they are. They're back again.
Okay.
Oh, except we can't hear them.
Art, you're gonna need to unmute.
How's that?
And better?
Oh, much better.
Yes, thank you.
All right. And Julie, it's gonna echo.
Yeah, I stopped it. in time.
Okay.
Who's S? Is that Steve?
Yeah,
Sorry,
Steve
I didn't
Bowman
catch
did, yeah.
you. I didn't catch you earlier, Steve.
Steve logged in, and that's what killed us.
Oh, is that
Hello.
right?
I'm teasing.
Yeah, I'm on my phone and the links don't work from the from the from the minutes you send out for the agenda. So I have to go back to like May to try to find where you have the password and the link up.
It worked for me.
Yeah, on my phone, I just clicked on the
Yeah.
link.
The minutes don't have the reference to join the meeting.
No, I'm talking about the agenda.
The agenda does.
The agenda does? Oh,
Yes.
It's right there.
Yeah, it didn't work for me. I kept it's blue. It looks like it works, but I keep clicking on it and it doesn't do anything. So I don't know.
I don't know. That's how I got on. I clicked that link.
That's because Art didn't make it a hyperlink. He just
Yeah.
made it blue underlined text.
So you
Yeah.
copy paste it.
If you go to an email, if you go to Art's email and you click on the Zoom meeting link in the PDF, it should work. It
Right,
works
we're
in
here.
there.
We're
All right. Moving on. Moving on. Christmas tree update.
So I was gonna say, in addition to the QR code, also put a URL, because some people may not have technology to do a QR code.
All right. Well, Cynthia's gonna have to give me
I-
that.
and if you actually-
You don't need to
And then do we want to put do you want to list questions we're already going to ask, or
Yeah.
do we? I don't know if
It's
this,
down, all right.
I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it's possible to list the questions that we know we're going to ask.
I don't know either.
We can ask Jen and see.
On the
Yeah.
form, I think he can,
He can.
it's just a form. I think you just add them just as text.
Yeah, I think we just email him in.
Yeah. But if people have submitted questions, I don't think he'll have the capacity to like then copy those and put it on the form. But if we know ones ahead of time that we know we're gonna ask, like I think
Yeah.
we know. Oh, the other thing is, what about VCI?
No, too many, and I think that would be. Were you at? Were you at the phone call meeting? Oh man,
Chaos.
yeah, chaos, and the way it worked out. It's all whoever puts their name in first gets to speak first. So the first one was Alex Shore, and then another person saying, "Yeah, this is a great idea." And everyone else from Cory and even Santa Clara saying, "This is stupid." And those are plants. You planted them. I was like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "Okay, we're not bringing them. Forget that." They were mad. I was like, "Oh, whew." So, all right, let's move on. Christmas trees. So I sold. Here's how it worked. We were selling for $40. I sold like another one at $40, and then I lowered it to $20. And I sold another one at 20. And then I set it on the day before Christmas Eve, right? Christmas on Wednesday, Christmas Eve Tuesday. So Monday, put it to 0. And this one guy comes in and takes tree, gives me $20.
There you go.
All right, so we made an extra 80, and then this other guy said, "Hey, they're free, right?" I go, "Yeah." So he goes, "Can you bring it to Valley Fair Mall?" I said, "What?" I go, "I guess." He goes, "Okay, thank you." And so I'm at Valley Fair. Actually, I said, "Look, I got to go do a Bevmo run. It's right across the street.
Yeah.
Meet me at Bevmo." He goes, "Okay, no problem." So I go to Bevmo, do my Bevmo run. It was like half an hour. I said, "Hey, where is this guy?" And she goes, his girlfriend's like, "He's on his way. He's on his way." I said, "Well, I'm waiting 10 more minutes. He doesn't show up. I'm out of here." Doesn't show up. I take off, and he calls me. Goes, I'm at Bevmo. I go, "I just left." And I said, "Can you come to my house?" He goes, "Okay, I'll get a bus." And he goes, "I don't have a car."
Well, how are you going to take me?
He's gonna take the tree on the bus. So I went back to him, and I said, "Here's the tree." And I said, "You want me to drive you to your house? I'll drive you to your
That's
house."
crazy.
And he goes, "Well, how does this work? I've never done Christmas." I said, "Well, you got to put in a tree stand, and it holds the tree, and you put water at the bottom so it stays green." And he goes, "Well, I got to buy a tree stand." I said, "Well, I guess you can go to Best Buy or whatever. I don't know where to
Home
go."
Depot and
Home Depot's pretty far. Best Buy was right there. So that's going to be the tree that Kathy donated. I said, "Okay, that's Kathy's tree. It's going to him." Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
Ever done a tree before?
He doesn't even know he's Indian guy. Didn't not American,
Oh,
Asian
okay.
Indian. And so I said, "Hey, Merry Christmas, whatever." He goes, "Yeah, that's gonna be fun." And
Oh, that's nice.
then one person on Christmas Day said, "Hey, your free trees. You got any left?" I go, "Yeah. How many you want?" I got like 6. So she comes by, she picks. I go, "What happened?" She goes, "Our tree burned."
Burned.
Oh,
Burned. He's like, "Oh,
That's
that's
not
not."
the house, just the tree.
I didn't go any further than that. I said, "Okay, you still have a house, right?" "Yeah." So Yeah, have a tree.
What happened with the guy who sold us the trees? He gave us too many.
Yeah, so he
Remember
said,
that.
whatever, he agreed to split.
Okay.
So we owe him $20.
Okay. So he didn't, did he know he did it?
No, he didn't know he did it. And I swear the people, oh, hey, what's up, Lana?
I have a question after you finish your statement about where I submit questions for the speakers. I'm on our website and I just can't seem to find where I submit questions.
I don't think it's posted yet.
Yeah, it's not posted yet.
Sinjin,
Oh, it's not. Okay.
He sent out the QR code and then you questioned him back, said, hey, you forgot these to be.
wasn't that to the board or was that just to us?
That is the board, us.
No, I mean, like, because Sinjin asked the
remember
question
seeing
to me
something
and
like
you.
Oh, I didn't.
I thought it was to everybody, but maybe, did you all see?
I know, I
I
didn't
think it
see
might have been just.
Ah, okay. Only,
I think he was testing the link with us.
okay. Only the privileged got it. Sorry. He's gonna send it out. Sinjin will send it out.
Eon, we'll just go home.
You're not even an officer, so don't even talk. Okay. Is that it, Lana?
Yeah, that's it for now.
You're part of the privilege.
So,
Yeah.
so I'll.
Me, Julia, Art, and we got. Sorry, guys.
No, everyone got it.
Oh, good.
Everyone got it.
Good.
Oh.
See, and I feel
Linda,
better.
Steve, Rita, Ken, Kevin, Kirk, Lana, Kathy.
Oh, you guys don't read your emails.
Yeah. All right. So
No, we read it.
Okay.
We thought your comments were fine in terms of adding an additional column.
Yeah.
But then since Sue is not responding to us.
Yeah. All right. So
Oh,
I'll go ahead.
Oh, Valley Fair, I put it into chat that I just read today. They're building a huge Chinese restaurant to replace iChina, and it's opening in the fall.
So are they tearing anything down? Or are they just like redoing?
They're remodeling. They're using that space and expanding it. There's actually one in the city that I've been to, and there's a restaurant, there's a lounge, it's open kitchen concept with different stations, and there's a bar, a to-go cafe, and then what's different than the one in the city is that there will be a lounge, rooftop lounge
Oh, that sounds fun.
with views of Santana Row, and it's set to open in the fall of this year. So that's going to bring a lot of people. Maybe that's why Sue is just not responding to us, because Valley Fair is just doing so well, just opening a lot of restaurants and
I don't
shops.
think
No, that's not it. So I think that the net of that is, and this is just hypothesis, but since whoever the parent company is, I forgot what the name was.
URW.
URW. Since they bought Valley Fair, the company, Valley Fair has been on the blocks as well as all of the malls for Westfield, all Westfield malls.
Yeah, they were
have
trying to
been-
sell it, right?
They sold a lot of them.
Oh, they
But-
did.
Yeah, but they maintained some of the key ones, like the one at World Trade Center, this one, the high performing ones they kept.
Ours wasn't a high performing one.
No,
No,
ours
ours is-
ours is a high performing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the highest performing one in,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
like, Northern California.
No way.
Yeah, not the country, but it's the top two in the state.
They do with all the space, you said they closed a bunch of malls.
They sold them. They sold it to other
Yes.
people.
Housing or something?
I think I've developed. I don't know. I don't know the details.
But the result, you're saying that because they held on to it, is just this company less involved in community, or what?
I
where are we
think-
going?
I think Sue does. Well, again, this is just a hypothesis.
Right.
I don't think she sees a long-term vision for her job here.
Well,
I think that-
I think
I think
she
that
might be a little thin-skinned because ever since
ever since that one
she told me that one
meeting.
person said a bad word about her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
cursed at her, which we never heard.
I never
I
heard
never heard.
Nobody heard it, but she did.
She did,
And
and
I'm not doubting she didn't hear it.
I don't. Hey, I'm in the
Yeah.
same. I'm not saying she didn't hear
People
it.
were upset.
I'm just saying, it's
And
gonna
she never
happen.
came, she came back one other. She provided food that one time.
Oh yeah, that's
after
right.
that.
That's
And that
right.
was it. And she was tight-lipped.
That was the pizza, right?
Yeah.
No, Nick the Greek or something.
No.
No,
The
no.
last one was pizza from Italy.
Oh, she did that. That was
Yeah.
hers. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And did she show, or she just?
No, she was there. She was there. Her
was there.
and Rachel were there.
And did she speak? I don't know.
Yeah, she
It
said
was
it's
very short.
very short.
It was very
But I
short.
would assume that everyone was nice to her then, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and we were very clear, even way
Yeah.
before that, that would never happen, you know.
Yeah.
We
Said, hey,
we
we're
said that-
professionals. We
Yeah,
don't do
not
this.
attack, you know, and we didn't hear, but that's what the frustrating thing is. I
Yeah.
didn't hear anything. We wouldn't allow that.
I didn't
Yeah.
We never
either.
allowed.
But it was at the outdoor meeting that.
Yeah.
Right, it's outdoor. I was over in the corner
I was
videoing.
center, third row in, I did not hear.
Yeah, so you were in the front, so she, you know, someone in the middle, I think towards the building projected something at her, which
Yeah.
we didn't hear.
All right.
Anyway, you're right. I think she just got upset about that. But I also think I don't think there's a future for, like, when she got here, that wasn't the case, and then they sold Westfield.
Yeah.
I think that's what, anyway, it's too
All
much.
right. Moving on to holiday showcase. Rita, give us the final results.
So I sent you again in an email a little while ago, the final tally. So if you want to pull that up and
Joe.
to show everybody.
Go ahead, but I'll try to pull it up while you're talking.
So, and the results are on the website. Sinjin and I worked to put everything up on Christmas Eve, so we hit our target dates. The judges did really well. The photographer did really well.
Yeah.
So we hit mostly our target dates. There was one judge that I had to kind of keep pinging, but I finally got.
Sorry about that.
What was it, Art?
No. Art was great. Art was fun to work with. Everybody was fun to work with. Let me tell you, the neighborhood, these neighborhood judges, they were just amazing to work with. Very nice people. I got to interact with them because it was mostly done with personal email and
Can you see
texts
it?
and phone call. Yes, that's perfect. So this is how it all. These are the choices for the zone. Each zone, that's what the judge for that zone chose as the best house and best tree. And then all the judges went around and looked at those 5 houses and 5 trees, and they voted for their first choice and second choice on everything. And so the weighting really came in to play because there could have been, for second choice, there could have been ties. So the weighting came in was quite handy. So the first place best house was the house on Newhall. That was on the corner of Redwood, I believe, and Newhall.
Okay.
And
I
and
can share the website. I know. Let me go ahead. Should I just get to the website so we can all see?
What
yes.
pull up the
Yeah.
Do you see it? I'm sharing my screen. It looks nice. What was posted on the website? Can you all
So
see
I
it?
think Art needs to allow you to share. There you go. Okay.
You're okay, I'll just show my laptop.
Yeah.
How come I
Okay.
don't see it?
Yeah, no one
Yeah, it
sees.
looks nice. Thanks for doing that.
One before.
Rita, it looks really nice on our website.
Yeah. So this was fun. So we did have a photographer and she did really good. She could not figure out about one of the trees and which was actually a lighted decoration on top of someone's house. So I took that picture. And then the photographer got the address for one of the best for one of the houses incorrect. So I went out and took pictures of that house. The house that was nominated was the one with the daycare center
Daycare.
that I think people have talked about
Right out here.
in years past. No, because it didn't win. So Sinjin posted these pictures
Mhm.
because this was first place house, second place house.
Yeah.
First place tree, second place tree.
Hey, I noticed in the nominations, you voted, didn't you?
I was just looking at the tally. No, I did not. And so I
There's
need to go
six. There's
back
only
and,
5 judges.
right, that's right. And I only took, so my tick marks, I probably stuttered when I did the tick marks, but I'll go back and cause I have each individual judge's, voting.
I see
And-
6 check marks.
I'm sorry, what?
On that form, I see 6 check marks.
Yes, I noticed that tonight with reviewing this. I don't think that would change anything.
Or put their thumb on the scale.
I tried, but my guys didn't win.
Good.
I tried voting twice.
So I've got, I did a lessons learned, lessons applied, sheet. I've got, some things I want to do. I need to clarify that round 2 voting form. We did that real time. There was some confusion about it, and I got just great help from Art and Kurt, and the judges were just very accepting and understanding about everything. I already spoke about the master photographer, that there was a couple of photos, and I went out and did replacement photos. I've got some with the guidelines. I want to, review that again and make some updates and maybe streamline it a little bit and just make sure everything's understood on that. And the disappointment for me was the automation for the website. I guess our website just can't handle that. And on one hand, it was a disappointment that I had, the plan was to have the forms, you all on the website, click this and you can, to become a judge, click this to become the photographer, and then automatic emails would be sent out and I would be notified. So this would all have been done with, me being holiday showcase organizer, not Rita Crawford. And that just didn't work, couldn't work. So it ended up where I was interacting with everybody, just having conversations with them. And that turned out to be okay. It was not planned for, but it turned out to be okay. And like I said, I met a lot of very nice folks who really took this volunteer job seriously, gave up time in their busy holiday to do this. And I think it for our inaugural flight with me at the helm, I think it turned out okay.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Well, that's the way we used to do it in the olden times.
Yeah, nice job, Rita. Thanks for all your time. Turned out great.
Thank you.
In terms of the gift certificates, I was thinking Santana Row and $50. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Yes, 50. Yes. So there was, so Art, you and I had some sideline discussions about who is going to get them and how and when and all that.
Yeah, if you want to come with me, that's fine, but I can get them. I know where the office is for Santana Row.
I would like to delegate that to you.
All right.
Rita,
Yes, the other thing I wanted to pass by the board is for a tie. And let's say that I did not vote on the tally sheet, which I did not. Because you guys, the board had expressed interest that maybe one or more of you guys wanted to be on, to be a judge at some time. And Art was gracious enough to fill that last blank. What if we make the guidelines that it's not the president of the board, but the organizer?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Do
definitely.
the tally break. I mean, the tie break.
I agree. Yeah, you should be the tiebreaker, Rita.
Okay, okay. So I will update the guidelines for that.
Yeah.
So Rita, I have two questions. You said the photographer had photographed the wrong house.
Correct.
Is that because the top 10 addresses were not clear, or how did that happen?
It's because the actual address numbers on the curb were not clear. And she stood at the wrong place and photographed the wrong
Okay,
the wrong yard.
gotcha. And the last thing was the folder that has the pictures. I didn't see a bunch of extra pictures. I haven't looked at it in the last couple of weeks, but when you first sent it, I just saw the winner, the 5 houses, 5 trees. I didn't see any other pictures, but I thought you said there was a plethora of other pictures that were taken. Are they in the same folder?
So I took a couple of extra pictures there, and they're like listed like, fun lights and Big Santa or something like, I forget what it was. So
Okay.
I just took a couple. I hadn't anticipated it because I was told by the judges that yes, they were going to take extra pictures of things that tickled their fancy. And what I got was very few. And of the nominated houses and trees that those particular judges already liked.
So from your understanding, how many pictures total are there besides the 10? Like how many total?
Oh, I don't know. There's a mess that's in there, and you and I can go over it if you'd like to offline.
Okay, I'll look at it again. I for some reason I thought you had mentioned that there was a lot of pictures that people took, but I guess that was the
That was my understanding from what everybody was telling me, but what ended up was not that case.
Okay, thanks, Rita.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? All right. Well, we've already talked about the planning board meeting regarding the Winchester building. I kind of already explained that.
Well, so who was at that meeting? You guys at the meeting?
I was there, but I didn't talk.
Okay.
Are you talking about the?
Yeah, Ken
Yeah, I
spoke.
was there, I spoke.
And so how many people were there, roughly?
I believe there were over 150 to 170 columns.
Yeah.
So no one was there in person?
It was all.
No, it's all
purely
Zoom.
virtual.
Pure
That's
Zoom.
right.
Zoom only, yeah.
107. Did everybody who wanted to speak?
No, they had to cut
No,
off.
yeah.
They let it go for like an hour and a half, and they said, "Okay, that's it. The rest of you have to send in your responses."
That's terrible.
But it was like I'd say 50 people spoke, and 2 were in favor, and 48 were definitely against, strongly against.
And was
So-
everybody
And
on
those two were
screen?
plants.
And so, Richard, our old president,
Yeah.
what's his last name? Richard Allen. He called it as Richard Allen and all that. And they cut him off, right? Because you only got 2 minutes to
You
speak.
got 1 minute. It was supposed to be 2, but they
Oh, yeah.
gave everyone
1 minute.
1 minute because of the quantity of people that wanted to talk.
So he got his wife's cell phone, calls in again, doesn't put a name in. Okay, 408-826-6421.
Comes right back on.
Okay, yeah. Hey, I didn't. And I go, oh, I know who that is. I know that voice by heart. I know exactly who that is.
Just can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah. So,
Are we, I mean, there's been enough chatter about this that is it something that we want to be more involved with in terms of organizing discussion around? I'm not talking about position, but for conversation, because that planning sounds like a nightmare and a waste of time, that meeting that took place. If that's how it was.
well, I wouldn't say it was
I didn't know.
a waste of
As someone on
time.
the other side, I thought it was very productive. That
Oh,
people
well,
were-
if everybody,
everyone got their 1 minute. People were very
well, not
articulate.
everybody, 50 people did.
The people that spoke.
All right, what
They
about
were
the
mostly
100?
articulate.
Right. The other,
They didn't cut people off. I
I
don't
thought they
think-
closed it. I thought they said that.
No, they actually had like 2 or 3 times. I may be mistaken,
Okay.
but I thought that they basically had gone through the list of people that had spoken once,
Okay.
and then they said, "Okay, you're the last person," and then somebody else popped up and they said,
Oh.
"Okay, now you're the last person."
Okay.
So I think they went through the queue, but I could
Okay.
be mistaken.
No,
so
no,
not
no.
everybody who was there spoke. Is that's?
I didn't speak.
Not everyone volunteered,
Okay.
correct,
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to hear what everyone was saying.
right.
Yeah.
And I mean,
And-
as someone on the opposite side, I thought that people were articulate
Did the
and
developer speak? much?
They had
Yes.
their own. They did
they
a,
had their own private,
they
as much time as they wanted.
they
Right.
did what they did for us, right? They showed the thing. They had the little video
Did
showing.
they talk about public space
Yep.
on the roof? They talk about the public space in the connector and all that because,
Mhm.
okay, so they
The
They
presentation-
did bring up, however, that what they were showing is not actually matching what they're actually doing now. What they showed was the old videos, which
Okay.
the pool, I guess, I could have it backwards, but I think the pool has moved between the second and third floor.
okay,
So the pictures are out of date, somebody noted.
gotcha.
Yeah. So,
And what's the next step? Was there a next step?
I mean, from my perspective, it makes it sound like the majority of the community is actually against this.
Right.
The people who were for it are the organizations that like development.
there were two from Catalyze SB. I think
Right.
they were the only two that were.
So I don't know if it was on purpose or random, but the first two speakers that they opened it up to, one was a housing group and
Yeah.
the other was a Catalyzed person,
It's Alex.
Alex. And then halfway through, another Catalyzed person spoke,
Yeah.
not identifying himself as Catalyzed. So same thing on the other side. He's like, I'm a longtime resident. I'm like, I know that name.
Do you remember the name of who?
I can look it up. I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right.
And then there was actually one other woman who spoke, who and she's actually lives in camp.
And
So none of the people who were local were for it.
well, I submitted something in support of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that.
So,
They actually said that.
They did?
They mentioned it. We had one write-in that was positive for the building.
okay,
At the
with
beginning.
conditions. It wasn't like blanket.
Well, I don't know if they said
And
the
they didn't
conditions.
mention any of your conditions and addressing
They didn't
them.
say
Like
anything.
in the previous meeting, you had mentioned that you were
Very-
you were
yeah.
concerned that they were rounding down versus rounding up.
Yeah, yeah.
They
And public space availability. They like the planner had
Mhm.
no idea about the skyway being open to the public or the
which is
rooftop.
great because that's in the plan that was submitted.
They said they'd never even heard of that
Mhm.
when I brought that up.
Mhm.
Because I very clearly articulated the things that they said were going to be public benefit, and two of the four things they never heard of. So maybe
That's scary.
it is scary.
Yeah.
Especially after you mentioned about their other project that they started and left
Helmets.
and abandoned.
Abandoned halfway
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And I mean the VCI people. I mean, what's his name? Alex? No.
No, Alex.
Kelly.
Kelly already
Ferrari. Yeah.
Right.
Kelly.
I think he was
the-
one who
the
spoke.
lobby.
Yeah.
He in his thing he said, he's soliciting input from the community. He said we'll ask him. He hasn't responded to any of the input from a year ago, and he hasn't responded to us.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Rita has a question.
Okay, Rita, go ahead.
So you guys mentioned about that other property that's in default, that this builder, the developer has that civil lawsuit against.
Yeah.
There was with that concerned Cory neighborhood group, there had been some discussion about who they thought the district council person was and what district it is in. And I believe they have some misinformation. It turns out that it is in District 6. So it was Dev Davis, now our new,
Michael
what's
McKay.
his name? Yes. So that to me, that's just kind of a interesting point.
That's
And with that planning meeting,
Go ahead.
with that planning meeting, Dev did not show up to it. Nobody from the District 6, and
Oh.
neither did Michael. So
So the reasoning was Dev will not be able to vote on it, so she didn't go because there's nothing she can contribute. And Michael wasn't made aware of it because he's not on the schedule.
well, that's lame.
well, I still think that this is all part of their district,
Yeah.
and I think that I think they could have done, both of them could have done better.
Okay.
Is there anything else planned from the city or that's their one?
I think there's one
public
more
meeting or?
one more outreach, right? I thought they said they're
city
going to
sponsored?
do two. I may be wrong.
I know there's the council vote, and I think then there's also some type of zoning commission meeting or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm not
but-
It's
quite
probably a
sure.
planning commission, but I mean, in terms of community meeting, I mean, vote
I think
is.
this was the only community.
I know, according to Lindy, nothing happened until like the third quarter of 2025.
From a council perspective.
From any perspective, it's dead till they have to do the EIR, I guess, or,
Right, the environmental report, that's the next thing.
and that takes like 6 months to do or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, I
6
think
to
they
9
started,
months.
yeah, probably not closer to 9.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I.
All right, Rita's back up. What's up, Rita?
So, I mean, go
So,
to,
so the other thing I thought was very interesting is from what the staff of planning said, that it does come down to the city council for making the decision on these changes in the neighborhood to the master plan.
Yes, the planning commission only advises. They don't.
It's always city
they're
council.
not the decision maker.
Yeah.
Which I found quite disappointing that with talking with our previous councilwoman, that she had publicly said at our meetings that she had no control over the decision about it. And according to staff, that's different. That's not
You're,
the case.
there's two separate issues.
Yeah.
She has no control about what they can build in terms of what they're proposing. And state laws have changed so they can do things that the council could typically control before. They still have to vote on whether to approve some of these changes, but some of the ones they will not have control over. That's what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Thanks for that.
If it's a builder's remedy, then they have full control and they kind of push aside. But this one isn't builder's
This
remedy.
one is not.
This one is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
There was an article in the Mercury News about
Yeah.
DCI. It was a short article, but it was more like a neutral article. I don't think it was pro or versus or against the proposed development, but I thought it was interesting. They finally printed something about it.
I read that as well, Lana.
Mhm.
It was like, say, it was pretty neutral. There was, you know,
Not pro or con.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Just the last thing for open
But you're
forum.
saying whether to bring BCI in, I mean, you know,
Not to this meeting.
not just,
Mm,
but I would suggest that, I mean, I don't know if it would be productive. So
Yeah.
yes, so maybe it doesn't make sense. But I think the community definitely would like to talk to them, and they claim to be wanting to listen, but yet
All right,
they listen, but they don't hear. I don't know. So
We need speakers for April. So
Yeah, I mean, if it's that long of a timeline, I think, you know, as painful as it may be, I think if we host it as a neutral party to facilitate, I think it could still be effective.
all right.
because I would love
You
to
know?
hear an answer, but the thing is, I'd love to have questions and answers. Like, you know, what do they have to say about this failed project? I mean, maybe they have a good reason
Right, and-
for it, or maybe they don't.
And,
I'd love an
and,
answer.
and I think we should have half a dozen questions that we curate ahead of time, give that to them ahead of time. Say, these are going to be asked during our meeting. We did this with Licardo, with his gun harm. Remember that? He brought half the police force he brought to the meeting.
I remember that.
Remember that? There was like 18 cops outside.
All because of you.
Because it was ridiculous. It just shows you the kind of.
You wrote like a 3-page questionnaire. Like, God dang it, Kurt cannot ask a simple question. It has to be a paragraph. All right.
The security force would answer questions.
It was anyway.
All right. So for the April meeting, I contacted this guy that wants to cater for us. So he said he could do it. The easy route for him is Italian sausage sandwiches and bratwurst sandwiches. I said, yeah, but you had told me tri-tip. He goes, wow, usually tri-tip isn't a sandwich. You do tri-tip sandwiches. Well, let me talk to the guys and see. And then for vegetarian, he was going to bring potato salad. And I said, no, they're going to spill on the floor. I'll have to clean it up. Something you
That's not a
can,
meal.
something in your hand. He said, how about cheese quesadillas? I go, okay, that's close enough. That'll work.
Better. Potato salad as
How
a
about a tri-tip quesadilla or chicken quesadilla?
That's not veggie.
That's not veggie. Oh, okay.
So just
Right,
checking,
it's
it's gonna have
a
a food handling license, is gonna like, you know, not, he has a food handling license?
I think so.
This is a real company, right? It's not like,
Well, he's retired from it, but he's going to talk to the boys.
what boys? Wait,
Boy,
this
the
isn't
boy
real.
not back.
This is real company.
These are ex-firemen. They do this barbecue cookout thing.
Oh, I thought this was a catering company.
It is, and it's all his ex-fireman friends that have this catering company. He's
Company.
left it. He's
Right.
retired.
But company is the key thing, meaning that's a company.
I will ask what the name of the damn.
We can, right.
What's their tax ID number?
Yeah.
We cannot bring in a non-legitimate vendor to a public event.
All right.
Cannot pay, the city cannot pay for that. Let's put it that way.
All right. I have to ask him to give me some bogus names so I can please you guys.
Well, his health permit, critical, and a business license. Those are two things.
Hell.
It should be ideal.
You're hardcore.
I gotta ask for this now.
Crazy.
All right, and the new water department chairperson, Ballard, Shiloh Ballard.
Yeah,
She said she would come.
For
on
April.
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 Great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we'll find out about our water.
It's going to go up.
Yeah. It's gonna be less.
So April's already filling up.
More dollars, less water.
Less water costs more.
Anybody else for open forum? All right, I got 754.